Welcome to Maverick Fish Hunter, hosted by Troy Isaac. Featured gear on this episode: Berkeley, American Angler, Ram mounts, Glacier Glove, Flying Fisherman, Buff, Royal Distributing, Mustad, Fluger, Ram 1500, Fins, Yamaha WaveRunner, Rapala, Abu Garcia, Staples, Vexlar, Navionics, Suffix, Parts Unlimited. Maverick Fish Hunter, your home for jet ski fishing. Today we're going to be hunting rainbow trout on the St. Mary's River. This is a perfect example of what we're after. Pink stripe down the side, green back, silver belly, white mouth with a flat tail. This is Bellevue Marina, 177 slips here. Heading out into the shipping channel. These freighters are called Lakers here on the Great Lakes. We'll be using a Yamaha WaveRunner FXHO 2007. We'll get underwater here with the fish and check out a beautiful rainbow trout. We're in about 5 to 7 feet of water, traveling approximately 2 to 4 miles an hour down current. You can notice the bottom, perfect rocky bottom for rainbow trout. We're using a Fluger reel and a Abu Garcia rod. This fish is perfectly hooked on a Rapala. We're using crankbaits in here. Blues and greens, reds and yellows and oranges work as well. Adult freshwater rainbow trout average between 1 and 5 pounds, while lake-dwelling trout may reach up to 20 pounds. Many anglers consider the rainbow trout the hardest fighting trout species, as this fish is known for leaping when hooked, putting up a powerful struggle. It is considered one of the top 5 sport fish in North America. Here you can see the Maverick Deluxe Bag we use for storing our fish. Personally, I wrap them in garbage bags to keep the mess down inside the bag. It's lined, waterproof inside. That is a rainbow on the bottom. Atlantic salmon on the top. You can notice that the Atlantic is black checkered mark across the top, and the rainbow has a shorter, stouter face on it. The St. Mary's River drains Lake Superior, starting at the end of Whitefish Bay and flowing 74 miles, 119 kilometers southeast to Lake Huron, with a fall of 23 feet. 21 of those feet are right here, the locks and the rapids. Another beautiful rainbow. Having some good luck. Great fighting fish. They just never give up. They're magnificent animals, all muscle. We'll be right back to Maverick Fish Hunter, your home for jet ski fishing. Come on back. The Hero Class patrol vessels are a series of non-patrol boats constructed by Halifax shipyards for the Canadian Coast Guard. Each vessel is approximately 43 meters in length, with a top speed of 25 knots. In North America, Coho Salmon is a game fish in fresh and salt water from July to December, especially with light fishing tackle. It is one of the most popular sport fish in the Pacific Northwest, the United States, and Canada. Its popularity is due to the reckless abandon which it frequently displays chasing bait and lures. We're in front of the Edison Power Plant at this time, located at the eastern end of Sault Ste. Marie Power Canal, which runs between Lake Superior and Lake Huron through the city south of the American Locks. It's one of the longest hydroelectric plants in the world at 1,340 feet. You can see how these coho fight, and they travel in schools, and they are aggressive. When you get into a school, I think we picked up about 5 within an hour and a half, 2 hours. Very active. You can see all this action is literally right at your feet. It's a nice calm day, about 25 degrees Celsius. We're using an older Abu Garcia rod. I don't believe that they make that line anymore, but it sure does work well. Perfect size, light tackle for these fish. We have a foggy morning here in Sault Ste. Marie, down at the marina. We're heading out into the canal, do a day's fishing. This fog is created by warm summer winds blowing warm air up from the south, hitting this cold water coming out of Lake Superior and creating all this fog. It can get very thick on the St. Mary's River. Again, the Edison hydroelectric power plant. I'd like to point out the back and forth motion of the fishing rods mounted to the steering wheel and the ramrod holders. I've nicknamed it jig trolling because it works so well. This is a local tour boat. Another day of fantastic coho fishing. They love to jump. This is what makes them so exciting to fish. Back at the marina, we refuel for an afternoon on the water. Slow motion rainbow jumping. That turned out to be a very nice rainbow trout. And true to their nature and reputation, again, one of the best things about jet ski fishing is the action is right at your feet. There's a beautiful rainbow right at your feet. Just another beautiful example of rainbow trout in the Great Lakes. Great addition. Here you can see the shallows that a jet ski can get into. If you brought a boat in here, just about any boat, you'd be knocking props off the rocks, damaging your boat. On a jet ski, you can slip in and out of these areas. Not so much for fishing in these shallows, however, sometimes you have to get through shallows to get to the spot. And again, we're into another rainbow. This is a great shot of the setup on the jet ski with the sonar, fish finder, bait board, camera post, rod holders, handlebar bag. Handlebar bag acts as a small table for my pliers, removing hooks, changing lures. It's a very good addition. Here we are at the Sault Ste. Marie Canal on the Canadian side. The lock was built in 1798 by the Northwest Trading Company. The lock was destroyed in 1814 and attacked by the U.S. forces during the War of 1812. The construction of the canal and lock was completed in 1895. At that time, it was the largest lock and first electrically operated lock in the world. The canal is about 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile long. The Bombardier 415 Super Scooper is a Canadian amphibious aircraft purpose-built as a water bomber. It is an aircraft designed and built specifically for aerial firefighting. 415 can scoop up 1,620 US gallons of water. Didn't take long to get back into the action. Another rainbow trout for the day. This is the Sault Ste. Marie Rapids. We're going up the base of it. You can see how shallow it gets. The current is very strong in here. Basically only a jet ski could get in here to go fishing, and it produced some results. Another beautiful rainbow for today. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Quite a privilege to be able to fish this area. This FX high output WaveRunner is powered by a 1052cc 4-cylinder, 4-stroke, 3-blade stainless steel impeller Yamaha 160 horsepower MR1 engine. Say hi to the tourists. Bye, tourists. This Rapala 3-inch crankbait perfectly hooked in the corner of this rainbow trout's mouth. Notice the gold, almost bronze color of these rainbows. Great variations in this area. The Maverick bags and gear we used on this trip performed flawlessly. Come on back now. This plane's coming out of the Canadian Bush Plane Heritage Center, located on the north bank of St. Mary's River in Sault Ste. Marie, is dedicated to preserving the history of bush flying and forest protection in Canada. Bush flying transformed the north. It became possible by the 1930s to charter an aircraft and fly almost anywhere. We're doing about 50 miles an hour, and the bush plane is lifted off. Wild-caught and hatchery-reared forms of rainbow trout have been transplanted and introduced for food or sport in at least 45 countries in every continent except Antarctica. Other introductions into waters previously devoid of any fish species or with severely depleted stocks of native fish have created world-class sport fisheries such as the Great Lakes, where we are, and Wyoming's Firehole River. Rainbow trout, including steelhead forms, generally spawn in early to late spring when water temperatures reach at least 42 to 44 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 to 7 degrees Celsius. The maximum recorded lifespan of a rainbow trout is 11 years. We're fishing in 7-8 feet of water here. It's late spring, third week of June. The run of steelhead and rainbow is just about over for the year. We're fishing right beside the Sioux locks. The locks pass an average of 10,000 ships per year, despite being closed during the winter from January through March, when ice shuts down shipping on the Great Lakes. The net I use is a telescopic net, rubberized netting material, very good for getting out your hook once you land the fish, which inevitably the hook is going to get in the netting material. Here you can see us using the Maverick Deluxe catch bag. It's our local U.S. Conservation Officer boat. Here's a shot of the stunning new Pearl Mist, offering ultimate cruise experience with 100 oversized, luxurious staterooms, all with private balconies. Fish on! Getting late in the day for an evening bite. Hitting orange, red, pink rapalas, 3-inch crankbaits. Another beautiful fish. We catch and release most of our fish that we bring into the boat. Another shot of the Edison hydroelectric power plant. This is a good indication of how you can idle your jet ski. The current coming out of these exhaust vents here that you can see, these arches, I can sit there and maneuver from spot to spot. The acceleration on a jet ski, a lot of fun. Into some white water, no problem. This is all secondhand, no problem for a jet ski, lots of power. I regularly go up a little farther than this even. You can see how stable all the gear is, even under harsh conditions. Rod holders, GPS fish finder, camera post, beautiful sunset. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Maverick Fish Hunter. Special thanks to our contributing gear suppliers. Come back and join us for our next episode, Lake Superior, Lake Trout Hunting.